Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Tonight, we're here at Chicagoland for the Chicago 200 for the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. Ending a practice has just came up here. Top of the board, Nate Lynch. Quick time, 30.99. The 25 machine, Nate Lynch. Fastest in practice. But, folks, it's time to jump straight into qualifying action. And boy, do we have a bunch of cars signed in here tonight. Looks like 31 cars here made the trip to Chicagoland Speedway. Let's see who the first speed machines that hit the track are here. Taking a look through the field. Got a handful of them entering. Kyle Bolin out here in the Pepsi 44 machine. The 08 Alex Buffoli. Ross Tatum out there in the 21 as well. Doug Pierce in the 39. U.S. Coast Guard 39 machine. Doug Pierce. What kind of speed does the 39 have for us? The GOAT, Scott Rickard, out here with a new paint scheme. The Ally Bank 05 machine, Scott Rickard, trying to change up his luck. Looking to park that thing in victory lane. Scott Rickard, the GOAT. Then we got Josh Whitaker out here in the 28 machine. The Concord, North Carolinian. So looking around the speedway, Bowling was the first one to enter the track. So let's hop on board the Hutchinson Motorsports cockpit view with the 44 machine. Kyle Bowling from Nowcomb, Nebraska. Onto the backstretch, Bowling rolling the top here. What kind of speed does he have as he sets the pace here for the Stars and Stripes Chicago 200 here on Hutchinson Motorsports TV? Folks, where else can you see action like this? The answer's nowhere. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service, period, bar none. As Bowling crosses the line, 31.45. Not good enough. Josh Gratton, top of the board. 31.23 for Gratton. Rickard, top of the board. The GOAT in the 05 machine. Feeling good in that Ally Bank 05 car. Let's hop on board with the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Shifting onto the backstretch. Send it in there deep. You seeing him downshift. What kind of speed does a GOAT have? He's using every inch of the track. Coming out of the corner. Down to the apron. Here comes a GOAT. Crossing the line. Time's going to be quick time. 31:01. Scott Rickard, top of the board. Entering the track. How about this? A surprise practice quick time for Nate Lynch in the 25 Bitcoin machine. Can Lynch do it in qualifying as well? We're going to find out. Eye on the track now, Dylan Grimm in the 23 machine. His first lap wasn't too shabby, but he's trying to gain more as he enters the apron. Crossing the line, the 23 machine of Grimm. Quick time, 30.92. Dylan Grimm, top of the board. Now out onto the speedway here. What kind of time does the Bitcoin 25 machine of Nate Lynch have for us? Let's hop on board with the 25 of Nate Lynch. This is his first lap, folks. We have found out that the second lap is always better here at Chicagoland. So he's getting up to speed here. His first lap, he's going to cross the line. Not too bad for a first lap, 31:05. That 25 machine at Nate Lynch might have some speed here tonight. We're going to find out, though, for his final lap as Zach Kreis in the 9 machine crossing the line, 31:01. Puts him in third. So Nate Lynch still out here. Looks like he's entering turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Oh, and he's going to pull it into the pits. Might have blew a motor. Nate Lynch, that's all he's going to get. Now on the speedway, though, we got Ryan Lynch. And not only that, we got Brian Lynch, too. The Lynch boys are out here showing strong here at Chicagoland. The super speedway specialist, Brian Lynch in the 24 machine. Let's hop on board. See if we can figure out here at Chicagoland. Brian, you need to downshift into corners if you want to be as fast as the GOAT. Coming out of the corner here. Going to go down to the apron. Crossing the line, Brian Lynch in the 24 machine. Final lap. Not too shabby, 31:04. That's going to put him up to 5th. How about it? The super speedway specialist, Brian Lynch, with a top 5 qualifying time so far. Last year's points champion, the 30 machine, Josh Robinson out of Canton, Ohio, out onto the speedway. What does the 30 of Robinson have in store for us here tonight? His first lap was okay, but it's all about the second lap, folks. And he hits the wall. The lap's invalid. He's going to be in the back. Josh Robinson, folks, that car is junk. Robinson to the back. The gambling man, Tom Ogle, the White Claw Hutchinson Motorsports 11 machine. Tom Ogle going to be crossing the line here. Lap time's going to be 31:02. That's going to put him in fifth. William Duff, the fourth out here. Boy, it's been a rough battle for Duff here in the last year and a half. That might be the conclusion of qualifying, I'm guessing, as cars just disappeared. It is. So, folks, it's official. Top of the board, the 23 machine. Dylan Grimm is going to start off from the pole. But, folks, let's get some Hutchinson Motorsports TV music playing before we get the starting lineup going for you great fans at home. Appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page, Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Trying to find a good one. That ain't it. Get your juices flowing with the patented Hutchinson Motorsports tunes. 133 laps here at Chicagoland, the Chicago 200. Thursday night racing coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for your starting lineup. Chicagoland Speedway, Chicago 200, Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. It's time for the main event. On the front row, starting on the pole, the number 23 machine, it's Dylan Grimm. 2 is outside the number 1, Will Bustler. Row number 2 on the inside of the number 9 machine, Zach Kreitz. 2 is outside. He's the GOAT. In the 05 is Scott Rickard. Row number 3 on the inside, the number 11, it's the gambling man, it's Tom Ogle. 2 is outside the 46, Jason Gratton. Starting the 7th position in the 24 machine, Brian Lynch. 2 is outside the 15, Dylan Hoffman. Row number 5 on the inside, going to the 25, Nate Lynch. To the outside, Kyle Bowley in the 44. Starting the 11th position, it's Andrew Hess in the 54. 2 is outside the 31 of Ryan Lynch. The rest of it, folks, you're going to have to just look at the board. Find out where your favorite driver is starting, because we're about to go green this time around, folks. We have waited all week long for this. It is go time here. Chicagoland Speedway, sold out crowd, Thursday night racing right here on the world's #1 streaming service, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. And folks, let's hop up to the Hutchinson Motorsports blimp, the most beautiful view in the business. Wow, gives me goosebumps every single time I see it. Incredible. But your front row, it's going to be Grimm on the inside, Bustler on the outside. Pace car is headed in. We are ready to go green. The fans, they're on their feet, off their seats. Green flag in the air at Chicagoland. Good start up front. Grimm getting a jump at the line. As we drop to the back here, couple of cars off pace, looking to get rolling. Looking through the field, they're 3 wide battling for last. Nobody wants to hold that Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last position. Look at all these cars. 31 of them signed in here tonight. Speaking of the battle for last, let's hop back. See how Mark Schrader's doing. The number 10 Red Bull machine, Mark Schrader, as they're door banging each other for last. 3 wide off of turn 4. Make it 4. To the apron they go. These guys are duking it out. Larry Griffin III, trying not to finish last. Sitting in the 31st position, the Cornelius, North Carolinian, Larry Griffin III. Congratulations, Larry. As we head back out front here, Will Bustler rolling strong. Looks like my timing and scoring is off. I do not see the 23 to Grimm on the track. Here he is, just showing up. So many cars, SDK scoring. Cannot handle it. So for the time being out front, Dylan Grimm still your race leader, but the one of Bustler is knocking on the door here at Chicagoland. We got a battle back here, folks. They are 3 wide, battling for 12th. Ben Hess right in the middle of everything. Oh, it's Andrew Hess. Sorry about that. There's a Ben Hess in another league I do. Confuse them. But Andrew Hess out here out of New Lenox, Illinois, sitting in the 14th position, trying to get rolling. Look at all these cars, folks. So much action. Don't even know where to go. Josh Grattan out here running in the 13th spot. As we drop back in the 20th position, it's Chad White in the 36 machine. The Haviline 36, Chad White, looking like junk here so far. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, up here in the Ally 05 machine, currently running in the 4th spot. Let's hop on board with the GOAT, Scott Rickard. We got a new race leader out front, Will Bustler in the 1 car. Dylan Grimm looking to drop back a little bit, it looks like. Currently back to 3rd. But here comes Rickard knocking on the door, trying to take the spot. So that's going to put Zach Kreitz into the 2nd position for now. Fastest lap of the session. How about it? The 21st position car, the 60 of Ben Dunn, just put down a 31.15. The Annapolis, Maryland native Ben Dunn is flying in the back. As we drop to the rear here, Andrew Hale, that 4 car, looking like junk so far. Currently running 30th. Trying to get to the top 30 here for Aaron Hale. As we go back up, the Super Speedway Specialist, Brian Lynch, in the 10th position. Let's hop on board with the Super Speedway GOAT, Brian Lynch. The Manchester, Iowan, Brian Lynch, trying to wheel that car to the front. Looks like Hooters has gone under, so Brian Lynch no longer representing Hooters. Looks like he's changed it up this week. As Old Smoky, whatever that is. Can't read it. Oh, Old Smoky Moonshine. There we go. Upgrading sponsors from a bankrupt dining facility to some moonshine. Brian Lynch currently running top 10. Fastest lap of the session just turned by your race leader, Zach Kreitz. How about it? Give him some time on the TV. The 9 car, Zach Kreitz out of Denver. New race leader. Let's hop on board with the race leader, Zach Kreitz. The clean air is good to the 9 machine. Taking it easy out front here. We got 133 laps. No stage breaks here in the Stars and Stripes Racing League. No fast repairs, no stage breaks, just flat out racing. As we go through the field, Nate Lynch currently running in the 13th position, trying to get the ball rolling, going to work on his brother. Is Nate going to take his brother out? Let's hop on board, see if he wants to move him out of the way. The 25 duking it out with the 24, which Lynch is going to be victorious. Onto the backstretch. Nate Lynch coming up with a plan. Is he looking to dive bomb him, or is he just going to flat out junk him? Let's stay tuned right here as we switch over to TV3. Look at that beautiful camera. Hutchinson. Oh, they're spinning out. Into the wall. Junk. Oh, my. Somebody just got junked. Let's find out. Oh, looks like it was Mark Fish. Let's see what happened. Good old Mark Fish just junked it. See if he got a little help. Looks like he did. So here's the 12 of Mark Fish. Let's get a better view here. The Hutchinson Motorsports drone cam. Most beautiful drone cam in the business. Here it is. The 42 machine of Fish. Heading into the corner. I don't know. The 93 was there. I don't know. That's just an unfortunate racing deal. So 42 of Fish is junk. Into the wall. He's probably done. Might work on the car to keep rolling. But his race is essentially over. So we go back out front here. Will Bustler, your race leader. Let's see who comes down pit road. Not too many of them. Looks like Ben Shepard down pit road, as well as Joshua Altus. and Alex Buffoli and some others. So, folks, we're going to get the Hutchison Motorsports TV tunes playing because, folks, I tell you what, this music is the best in the business. Patented tunes by us. You won't get them anywhere else. We'll be back shortly. First caution of the night, Chicago 200. Continuing next. And the field is bunched up. We are set and ready to go back green, heading into lap number 13. We still got a long way to go here tonight. 133 laps, so well over 100 laps left to go here at Chicagoland. But the field said it's going to be Kreitz on the inside, Bustler on the outside. Pace car is in. Racers to the line. Green flag in the air, and a good jump there by Kreitz. He's going to maintain the race lead. Outside line, struggling to get rolling. Bustler going to lose a spot or two. Here comes Grimm, taking over the second position. Enter and turn one, side by side through the field here. Let's see what's going on in the back. Currently, Nate Lynch still going to work on his brother Brian. Let's keep our eyes tuned right here. What are the Lynches going to do to one another? Is he going to move him? Here comes the 25, looking to make a move on the 24. Down to the apron he goes. Caution is out, and they're junking it. Andrew Hess just flat out junked it. Let's see what happened. Uh-oh, might have got a little help there. The 93 involved in both wrecks. He is a wrecking ball out here tonight. Let's see what happens. Gives him a shove. Yeah, he just flat out shoved him up the track. Hess almost saved it, unable to do so. 93 is junk. That might save some cautions later on. Don Milkowicz. He's a wrecking ball out here tonight, and that's what we like seeing, folks. Hopefully Don can get that thing fixed up and get back out there. Give us some entertainment. Well done, Don. Meanwhile, out front, Zach Kreitz, still your race leader, the number 9 machine. Caution's back out. So we're going to get the tunes playing once again. Hutchison Motorsports TV, world's number 1 streaming service. We got the best tunes, too. Here it is. let's take a moment here. Let's pull somebody into the booth. Do a little in-race interview here. How about we get the 30 machine of Robinson out here? Let's take a look here. See if we can pull him in. Robinson had a rough qualifying outing. Trying to get it figured out here, though. Josh, Blake with the booth, you got me?
Hey, Blake.
Hey, so you had a rough qualifying out in here as you try to get yourself through the field. What are you thinking?
My car's done. People can't drive.
Oh, you were involved in the wreck there, huh?
Yeah, it looks like the 93 just decided that he was going to run people over tonight.
Yeah, it appears that way. The 93 definitely helped Mr. Hess turn there, and that's unfortunate. But, hey, is there any chance you're going to get that thing fixed up and back out there, or is it totally done for?
No, it was double-digit minutes on the repair on the required, so it's done.
Well, that's too bad. That's a shame here. Well, I'll send you back up to your team. Best of luck to everybody else, though.
Yeah, have a good night, Blake.
You too. Josh Robinson, I didn't see he was involved in the wreck there. I just thought he was pitting. That's an unfortunate night there for the 30. Boy, it must be a hard feeling when your night ends due to that. And once again, no fast repairs here in the Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series. So those guys are just done for. So we are left with, 26 cars left out on this speedway. And one of them, here he is, folks, the 93, Don Milkowitz, out of York, Pennsylvania. He's still rolling, boys. Let's see what else he's got in store for us tonight. Come on, Donnie. As the field gets set here. Back up front row is going to be Kreitz on the inside, Grimm on the outside. What do we got in store here? In front of a sold-out crowd, heading into lap 17. Pace car is in. Field is set. Kreitz on the bottom. Green flag in the air. Another good jump there by the 9 machine of Kreitz as he maintains the race lead. We got a battle for second for the time being. Bustler on the inside trying to take it from Grimm on the outside. We got some hard racing here tonight at Chicagoland. Looks like we got to move for the race lead. Grimm to the bottom. Can he finish the pass? Here comes the 23 on the inside, coming out of turn 4. Side by side to the line. Who's going to be your leader? Looks like the 23, Dylan Grimm, your leader for now. But not for long. Here comes the 9 of Kreitz as he's going to roll the top. Grimm trying to stick it onto the bottom. Side by side, still for the race lead. As they're duking it out for 3rd and 4th. The 05 of Rickard making moves on the top. The high side appears to be a tad better here as the 9 of Kreitz takes back the race lead. Good battle there for the race lead. The 23 of Grimm going to cover back up top. Decides to go low. I think it looks like Grimm prefers the bottom here tonight. So Rickard there on the outside. He is rolling the top. Let's hop on board with the 05, the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Slide job. The 23 covers up there coming out of the corner. Rickard with a crossover. Side by side battle for second, heading into 3 and 4. Rickard going to take the spot, says later, nerd. Into second place is the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Meanwhile, side by side battle for third now. Dylan Grimm duking it out with everybody out here. The 1 of Bustler on the inside trying to take the spot from the Columbia 23 machine. Grimm going to keep it rolling on the top, maintain the spot for now. As we look through the field, see what else is going on. Nate Lynch still cruising around the 13th position. The Bitcoin 25 machine looking to get rolling. Meanwhile, Brian Lynch struggling back to the 24th position. What happened to that 24 machine? Wonder if he was involved in the wreck. All I know is that 24 car is junk right now. As we look through the field here, Dylan Hoffman had a great week last week, currently running the 7th position. The Top Golf number 15 machine of Dylan Hoffman out of Asheboro, North Carolina, trying to hold off the gambling addict Tom Ogle. Ogle to the back bumper, folks. This is a battle for 7. Let's hop on board with the 11 machine, Tom Ogle. Hoffman throws a block. Ogle trying to figure out a way around him. Hoffman making that car as wide as he can. Ogle with a run off the turn 2 onto the backstretch, heading into 3 and 4. Ogle's going to have to settle for the 8th spot. Meanwhile, out front, new race leader, the GOAT, Scott Rickard, into the front. Side by side off of 4. As they go down to the apron, crossing the line, Rickard, your race leader. Kreitz still there for now, though. Side by side has that preferred top line. Can Rickard figure something out on the bottom? Zach Kreitz with his best run of the year so far. The top line is connected. Rickard all on his own on the bottom. As they come off the corner, Kreitz looking to get a run here. It's going to be close, side by side, into the tri-oval. They're going to cross the line. Kreitz going to be your race leader. As we drop back a little bit more, Nate Lynch has dropped back to the 17th position. Struggling a little bit. Let's drop back. The Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last, going to Sean Louder. Say it loud and proud, Sean. You are in last place, the 6 car in the back. Well done, Sean. Meanwhile, Ben Dunn currently running in the 25th position in the Target number 60 machine. That car is junk. Look at the front end. Then we got Brian Lynch right here. Lynch struggling. Might have some damage as well. Then we got the man out here not making too many friends. It's Don Milkowicz in the number 93 machine out of York, Pennsylvania. Let's hop on board with Donnie. Don, what's he going to do? Getting a run. Into the corner. You know Don ain't lifting. Look out, 97. Here he comes. Folks, look at the front end of this 93 machine. If you see the 93 coming up, you better get the hell out of the way, because he needs a bush guard for that thing. Don Milkowicz trying to get to the front. Meanwhile, back out front, Zach Kreitz into the race lead. Trying to hold off the GOAT, the Scott Rickard. Rickard with a big run on the backstretch. We know the high side is dominant here, folks. So Rickard going up even higher, trying to get a run off the corner. Bumper to bumper into the tri-oval. Kreitz going to hold the lead for now, but they are side by side once again. We're going to hop on board. Zach Kreitz on the inside, trying to hold off the 05. Big run by Rickard. He's going to take over the race lead. Scott Rickard back into the front. As we drop back, Tom Ogle into the 7th position. Side by side with Hoffman. This is a battle for 6th. Hoffman in the top goal 15 machine, trying to hold them off. He's going all the way to the top. Hoffman trying a new line out there. Side by side, still duking it out for 6th. Oh, we're going to fall on the line, and here comes Altus in the 94, looking to make a move for 7th. Then we head back out front. Rickard, still your race leader, has about a 2-car length lead. As we go through the field here, how about Larry Griffin III? He's gained 18 spots since the start of this race. He's your hard charger. 6-car on the outside. He's a lap car, getting out of the way. Griffin looking good so far. He's gained 18 spots. Then we head up front here. Josh Gratton running 5th. How about Gratton in the number 8 machine? Looking a lot better this season, I think. Last year, he kind of struggled in the trucks, it appeared. But he might have something to say for these boys in these next-gen cars. Will Bustler with a good run so far. Sitting in the 4th position in that one machine. Been up front all race long, looking to keep it there. And folks, be sure click the like button on the video. Subscribe to the page, Hutchinson Motorsports TV World's #1 streaming service. I say it every week. I'm going to say it again. Quit wasting your money on other streaming services, folks. If you got Netflix, get rid of it. You don't need it anymore. Because Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service, we got the largest library of racing in the world. 100% confirmed. Don't even look it up, folks, because it's just true. Trust me. As we drop back a little bit, see what's going on. Chad White sitting in the 18th position. He's just trying to stay out of trouble right now. These guys duking it out for 17th. Alex Buffoli in the 08, sitting in the 15th position now. Looking to make a move on Hale. Aaron Hale pushing the 53 down the backstretch. That's Matt Allen. Allen rolling the top here. Hale looking to make a move on the bottom. Going back up here, Ryan Lynch sitting in the 9th position. How about that USA 831 machine, Ryan Lynch? Best run of the year so far to me, it looks like. Back out front, Zach Kreitz, your race leader. Rickard has fallen back to 4th position. Sean Lauder has entered the pit lane, so maybe the pit cycle has started here. We're going to find out when our race leaders elect to come down. In my experience, I've noticed Rickard is usually one of the last cars to pit on these green flag stops. So we'll see if that trend continues on these next-gen cars or if that might change because he's already struggling. Has lost 3 or 4 spots here in the last few laps. And we're dropping back here the 44 machine. Kyle Bowling sitting in the 11th spot. The Malcolm, Nebraskan. Folks, how about William Duff, the 4th? Running top 10 so far. Let's give him some TV time. Let's hop on board with the 17 machine of William Duff. If you like racing and want to laugh, follow on the throttle _ William Duff the 4th. I assume that's Twitter, Instagram, who knows, William. But be sure to give him a follow wherever the hell he's at. Might be on, hell, it might be OnlyFans, honestly. So go give him a subscribe, folks. William Duff the 4th on the throttle _ on OnlyFans. Give him a follow. Heard he's got some great content. And we're heading back out front. New race leader Dylan Grimm in the 23 machine. Back out front. On to the backstretch. We're heading into lap 37 out of 133. Less than 100 laps left to go here, folks. These guys racing hard all night long. And, folks, here comes Josh Gratton up to the 3rd spot. Let's hop on board with this 8 machine. He is in a rocket ship tonight. The Hillsboro, Missouri, and Josh Gratton. I'm going to be honest, folks. Last season, Josh was kind of a field filler. Not going to lie. But right now, he's looking good in these next-gen cars as they're 3 wide battling for the 4th spot. Dropping back a little bit, Chad White still sitting in the 17th spot. We got a hornet's nest of cars right here. These guys all duking it out. Nobody wants to give an inch. Good racing here so far. The Chicago 200, Chicagoland Speedway, Stars and Stripes Next Gen Series right here on Hutchison Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Been done out there in that junk number 60 machine. Look at the front end of this thing. I'm not sure if he's meeting minimum speed. Look at this thing. This thing is a lump of junk. Unbelievable. As we head back out front, Kreitz still sitting in the 3rd spot, and Hoffman taking over the 2nd spot. Hoffman looking to challenge for that race lead. He is running the very top. Hoffman trying to create a new line. Running the Darlington line all the way up there against the wall. Last time around the Speedway, Hoffman was the fastest car up front here. Gained about a 1/2 tenth on your race leader. Right to the back bumper. Hoffman making a move for the race lead. Grimm trying to hold him off. On to the backstretch. Nothing changing up front. Let's drop back, see what else is going on. Nate Lynch currently running 19th. Doug Pearson, that 39 machine, running in the 21st spot. Go get him, Doug. Jason Gratton might have just junked it, folks. Let's see what happened. Nope, I have no clue what happened. We are having issues, so I don't know. All I know is Jason Gratton's night is done. Well, maybe not. It says he's left the pits now. Who knows? But the 46 leaving pit road. Looks like he's going to go down a lap maybe. Who knows? Meanwhile, back out front, Dylan Graham, your race leader, but not for long. Here comes a 15 of Hoffman. The Top Golf 15 machine rolling the top. Taking over the race lead. We have had ample lead changes so far. Tom Ogle getting around the 05. Rickard is struggling now, folks. Not sure if he burned up some tires or has some damage, but all I know is that Ally Bank 05 machine is looking like junk. Heading to the back. Hoffman out front looking to lead the field. He's got a half a second lead already. Dylan Graham in the second spot. Let's hop on board. See if Dylan Graham can keep that 15 machine in his front windshield. Boy, Dylan Graham every week always battling for a race win. He's fast at every single track. CJ Glass Gaming subscribing to the page. Thank you, CJ. We appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Be sure to click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, throw a comment. Who you root for? Who's going to win this thing? Can Hoffman get it done out front? Or is the GOAT Scott Ricker going to figure something out and get his way back up there? Are we going to have a shock here in the 8 machine of Josh Grattan? Running in third. How about it? The Hillsboro Missourian is flying here tonight at Chicagoland. Meanwhile, William Duff, the 4th, advertising his OnlyFans there on the page. As you can see the tag. Be sure to give him a search, subscribe. I have heard it is a very reasonable price to subscribe to William Duff. Dropping back DJ Weeks in the 97 machine out of Virginia. Sitting in the 16th spot. Going to work on the 53 at Mount Allen. Hoffman out front. Lead is down to about a third of a second, so Grimm's starting to reel him back in. Not sure how long these cars can go on fuel. I'd assume not too much longer. I would think the pit cycle should be starting here in the next 10 laps or so, most likely. Meanwhile, Ryan Lynch making a pass for the 8th spot. The USAA 31 machine of Ryan Lynch is fast here at Chicagoland. He is rolling. Race lead still at about a third of a second. Hoffman holding off the 23 of Graham. Here comes Graham in the 23. Almost to the back bumper of the 15. Is he going to try to go on the inside? What does the 23 have in store for us here? Heading into lap number 49. Dylan Hoffman, still your race leader. Nothing brewing yet here. So we're going to drop back a little bit. Tom Ogle in the 6th spot. These guys racing hard right here. 3 cars battling for 4th through 6th. Hustler on the inside looking to get around the 9 of Kreitz. Ogle looking to have some late run speed here. Didn't look very quick at the start of this thing, but it looks like he's done a good job at saving tires as he takes over the 5th spot. So let's jump up to our eyes in the sky. The Hutchinson Motorsports Lane, world's #1 view. Look at this. Unbelievable, folks. Just takes my breath away every single time. We got cars coming down pit lane. That's Grimm, Grattan, Kreitz. Just those three out front. So new race leader still going to be Hoffman. My guess is Hoffman's going to want to come down and pit here any minute. Because he just saw 3 cars right behind him duck down and enter pit lane. Let's see what the 15 has planned out for us. We're going to hop on board the Asheboro, North Carolina. And there he goes, coming down pit lane. I figured. Usually that's what happens. When you see the 3 cars right behind you come down pit lane, next lap, you're going to see them come as well. So Bustler going to take over the race lead. The number 1 machine. Will Bustler been running strong all night long. How long does he want to stay out there, though? Because it looks like he's lost about a second from when he had fresh tires. So these guys getting 4 fresh tires. They're going to be gaining a second every single lap around the speedway on these guys staying out. Here comes the one of Bustler down pit lane. That's going to put the gambling man Tom Ogle into the front. The Wooster, Ohioan, Tom Ogle, new race leader. Right in the middle of pit cycles here so far. Ogle working his way into the race lead. How long does he want to stay out, though? As we see Grimm out there on his fresh tires, let's see how much ground he starts to gain on these guys. Looks like Grimm gets around Hoffman on that pit stop. That 1 lap makes such a big difference. Gain at least a second on him just on the fresh tires. Here comes Bustler off pit road, and Grimm's going to get around him. So Ogle's still your race leader, but eventually you're going to see Grimm cycle into the race lead on that pit stop. We're going to hop on board with the 11 machine of Tom Ogle. He says, I don't need fresh tires, boys. I'm going to stay out here all night long. And folks, look at that back bumper. The most beautiful back bumper in the business. Tom Ogle with the Hutchinson Motorsports logo. Look at that. Incredible. Is that the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Rumor is it adds at least 25 horsepower when you stick that logo on the back of your car. So we drop back. Chad White currently running 5th here. Hasn't pit. Trying to go to work here on a pit strategy run. Good night so far for Joshua Altus, the Lynchburg Virginian. He's been running top 5, top 10 all night long. Ogle down pit lane. Altus going to become your race leader. Ben Dunsill out there in that junk number 60 machine. Front end's all jacked up. I'm surprised that thing can even turn. Let's hop on board, see how messed up that wheel looks. Not as bad as I thought. Pretty straight, actually. Ben Dunn is bad fast in that number 60 target machine. Currently running 12th. But he hasn't pit. So Altus still your race leader. How long is he going to stay as Grimm blows by him like he's sitting still on those fresh tires? So Grimm unlaps himself. Altus still staying out there. He might as well just stay out there until the end of this run. You're already this far in. But Whitaker right behind him. And Hoffman about to pass him and get his lap back as well. Well, Hoffman in the 15 passes the race leader, gets his lap back. Whitaker trying to run down that 94, which is going to be a battle for the race lead. Them tires are junk. Brian Lynch out here, the super speedway specialist, Brian Lynch. The all-time GOAT, the super speedway. I tell you what, this guy. Absolute wheelman behind the wheel when it comes to super speedway racing. Every time I see Brian hit the track, I grab my notepad, take some notes. That way next time I head to Daytona or Talladega, maybe I'll have a shot. Oh, they're 4 wide down the oval almost. These guys on the fresh tires trying to get around the leaders. Whitaker is a roadblock to these guys. Whitaker has them old tires. Rickard says, get out of my way, nerd. Going to the front. Look at this, the Hornet's Nest. Rickard with an aggressive move to the bottom. He is sick of waiting. He's waited long enough. And there's the junk target machine. They're on the top. Altus and Whitaker still staying out there. He says, boys, you guys are just going to have to deal with it. We might be on 62 lap old tires, but we don't care. These guys are all over the place. Aaron Hale right there, currently running 4th. But he's going to have to pit eventually. The Colesburg, Iowan, Aaron Hale. He's got some right front damage, maybe. Hard to tell. But back out front here, Joshua Altus, still your race leader for now. I don't know how much longer he can go on fuel. He's got to be running out. The 8 of Grattan going to get around him, unlap himself. Not a good stop for Joshua Grattan. Entered the pits up front. Currently, he's probably about 6th place out of the cars at a pit. So we're just about halfway done here. The halfway point would be lap number 67. You know what? This might be a good strategy if Altus can get to 67. Although we did have a couple cautions, though. There's no way he can go 67 green flag laps. But he might be trying to one-stop this entire race. Speaking of which, let's pull up the best pit strategy board in the business. The Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board. Look at this. So he did pit on lap number 10. You see Altus there, pit on lap 10. Whitaker on 10. Weeks pit on 14, and it looks like 15. But Hale and Allen have been out there on the same set of tires the entire time. Meanwhile, this is going to be what the battle for the race lead is eventually going to be. Dylan Grimm still ahead of Hoffman. Currently, they're 10th and 11th. As they continue to stay out there, heading into lap 67. The Lynchburg Virginian getting all the TV time he can get. Meanwhile, Alex Buffoli currently running the 6th position. He does still need to come down pit lane here any moment. Whitaker currently running 2nd. Then we got Weeks in 3rd. And then you'll see Tom Ogle right there. He's a lap down. Has those fresh tires, though. Trying to get around these boys. As Altus continues to maintain pace out front. Heading into lap number 69. Grimm still ahead of Hoffman, but he's starting to reel him in. We're going to stay tuned right here as these guys are duking out what will eventually become a battle for the race lead. Big run off the corner from the 15. Hoffman looking to make a move. Onto the back bumper. Heading into turn 1. Looks to go high. Grimm throws a block. The 15 on Hoffman. Roll in the middle of the track. Can he get around that 23? Grimm's not going to give him an inch. Hoffman going to stay there in the middle about. And nothing's going to change right here. So we jump back up front here. Altus still your race leader. Whitaker second, followed by Weeks, Hale, and Allen. Lap number 71 underway here. We have varying pit strategies through the field. Should make for an interesting finish. At this point, Altus probably hoping for a yellow. Aaron Hale still holding strong in the 4th position. Brian Lynch in the 24. Let's pull up the pit strategy board and see how Brian Lynch is holding strong here. Hasn't pit for 57 laps. He's going to be going in here any moment. Meanwhile, Grimm still able to hold off the 15 of Hoffman. So Altus down pit road, it appears. Oh, and he missed it. That's unfortunate for the 94. Went to enter pit lane and missed it. That's going to cost him a lot of spots. That's unfortunate. Well, that's going to move Josh Whitaker into the race lead. Let's give the 28 of Whitaker some TV time. Here he is in the Skull 28 machine. The Concord, North Carolina. Josh Whitaker into the front. Right on his back bumper, DJ Weeks. Looking for his moment of glory. Wants to lead a lap. Weeks in the 97, right to the back bumper of Whitaker. Into lap 75. These guys have to be running low on fuel. We know it. Because Altus tried to stop that last time around. Altus down pit lane this time, as well as Pierce and Hale. So there's 6 cars left that need to pit on this cycle. We're looking at 2 of them right here. Battling for the race lead. Foley and Shepard down pit lane, so 4 cars left out there. Allen hasn't pit at all this entire race. 75 laps. So, hey, we know if he can go 75 laps, these guys pit around lap 15 up front. These guys could essentially go another 10 or 15 laps maybe. Well, probably less because we did have some cautions. So I'd say around lap 80 to 85 when they're going to be running out of fuel. Here comes Whitaker in the 28, right behind him the 53 as well. So DJ Weeks still out on the track. Looks like Lynch, Allen, and Whitaker all down pit lane. So Weeks is the last car to pit. He is your race leader. Meanwhile, Hoffman has found his way around Grimm. Caution is out, and what a break for Weeks. He was going to have to pit any moment. Let's see what happened. But Foley just junked it. Ada Foley leaving pit lane. Oh, there it is. Boy, that's a lane caution. That reminds me of NASCAR when Chase Elliott needs a caution. But nonetheless, caution came out. Let's see what happens. You know, most of these guys are probably just going to want to come down pit lane anyways. So that's a big break for Weeks. Except for the guys that did just literally pit. We pull up the Hutchinson Motorsports pit strategy board. You got Hoffman, Grimm, Busler all on 26, 27 lap old tires. Going to be interesting to see what happens here. If I'm them, I'm coming down pit lane. And they're not. That's really going to spice things up here. A bunch of these guys down pit road. Oh, there they come. Okay, Hoffman and Grimm are down pit road. Sorry, there were some lap cars that threw me off in the track. So Hoffman, Grimm, basically everybody coming down pit lane. Figured that was going to be what happened. Hale staying out there. He's getting his lap back. So Whitaker just pit. He might be your race leader, and he literally just pit. So Whitaker's in a good spot here, it appears. Unless he's a lap down. He might be a lap down. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's a lap down. So never mind. So your race off of pit road, DJ Weeks still your race leader. The caution couldn't have been any more timely for that 97 machine of Weeks. Tom Blake from the booth, you got me?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, how's the car feeling for you?
It was really good, but then I tried to overcut, and I'm not sure if it was going to work out or not because I lost a ton of time, so then I lost quite a bit of track position, too.
It definitely seems like...
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I was going to say, it definitely seems like we got a few different strategies out there on that long green flag run.
Yeah, I think those guys who popped off on that first caution were in the catbird seat because they didn't have to stop again. You know, they were just going to do one stop.
Yeah,
so really, I think they were probably
really worked out for DJ Weeks up front. I think he was literally 1 or 2 laps from pitting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well.
So hey, so it looks like right now you're sitting in the about 9th spot.
9th position. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's enough time to burn tires off. So, and I'm sure everybody's done pitting, so I'm going to go easy here at the beginning and then try to work myself back up there like I did that first run.
Are you guys good the rest of the way on fuel?
Oh, yeah, you can go, about 60 laps on fuel, so
okay, well,
everybody should be good.
All right, well, hey, best of luck. I'll send you back up to
your
team.
Thank you. Yep, thanks.
There's Tom Ogle currently running in the top 10. You heard it from him, trying to figure something out. Everybody should be good on fuel. They're all topped off, ready to roll. Field is set. Your front row is going to be the 97 of Weeks on the inside, the 23 of Grimm on the outside. Weeks played the pit strategy perfectly. Can he capitalize? As the pace car is in. The field is set. Green flag in the air. Good jump from Weeks for now. Can Weeks hold off that 23 of Grimm? The 97 of Weeks trying to hold the top here. Grimm with a big run onto the backstretch, looking to go up top, gets it into the wall a little bit. Here comes Hoffman and Busler right behind him. Hoffman making an aggressive move down to the bottom, looking for a dive bomb move on the 23. Side by side off the corner of the 97 of Weeks, still your race leader, but not for long. Here comes Hoffman in the 15. Oh, he goes down a little bit too low. Looks like he got into the grass a little bit. Loses a tad bit of momentum, but he's still good for now. Side by side, duking it out for second spot. Busler looking to shoot him 3 wide. Hoffman shuts the door onto the back stretch. The 23 holding the second spot, going to the inside. 3 wide battle for third. 23 on the inside, looking to take over the race lead, and it looks like he's got it. Dylan Grimm, your new race leader. Meanwhile, still 3 wide, duking it out for second. Weeks trying to hold these guys off, but it is a tall task. The 05 of Rickard on the bottom, Bustler in the middle. They're both going to get around the 97. Meanwhile, Hoffman, after his mishap down on the apron, got down a little too low. Currently running in the 5th spot, trying to get around the 97. Kreitz right there in the 9 machine. These guys racing hard. Nobody's saving tires up front, it appears. They want that track position. Out front, the GOAT, Scott Rickard, he is long overdue for a race win. I tell you what, at the start of last season, it looked like he wasn't going to stop winning. And then after that, it all just came to a screeching halt. So now that 05 is due for a race win, and he's trying to park it in victory lane here in the Next Gen Series. We're going to hop on board with the 05 of Rickard. Currently running third. Look at this sold-out crowd here at Chicagoland Speedway. Hutchinson Motorsports TV. These fans love this station. Hutchinson Motorsports TV worldwide broadcast. We're currently live in over 200 countries. Unbelievable. Rumor has it they are watching in the space station right now, folks. Incredible. Hopefully we can get to Mars soon. If man ever get to Mars, I promise you we're going to put a satellite orbiting Mars just so we can stay live on Mars too. Hutchinson Motorsports TV, world's #1 streaming service. Will Bustler, currently your race leader, trying to take the spot from the 23. Looks like he's got it. How about Bustler duking it out here tonight? It's no shocker that Grimm's up front. He seems to be up there every week. But Bustler looking good here at Chicagoland. Bustler always very competitive, but he's got a little bit extra here in the tank tonight. Hoping to take home that Chicago 200 win on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Meanwhile, dropping back, Tom Ogles falling back to the 10th spot. I believe he mentioned his strategy was to save some tires. We're going to see how that works out for him. Has lost a couple spots since the start of this year. We'll start. As we look through the board here, your hard charger, Larry Griffin III. He's gained 20 spots, folks. Starting in 30th, currently in 10th, Larry Griffin III is bad fast here in Chicago. Griffin taking the spot from Lynch. Light job taking the 9th position. Griffin going to the front. As we head back out front here, Bustler, still your race leader, trying to hold off the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Meanwhile, Dylan Grimm has fallen all the way back to 6th. That 23 car kind of struggled. Makes me wonder, maybe he's saving some tires? Who knows? We'll know here in about 15 laps or so who's saving and who's not. Hopefully Rickard can keep that car up front longer. Last run, it appears he might have burnt the tires up a little quick. But he was leading there for a while, and then he dropped straight to the back. Fell all the way back to about 6th or 7th before coming down pit road. Good night so far for number 9, Zach Kreitz, the Denver native, sitting in the 3rd spot. As he's watching the leaders duke it out door to door. Bustler holding off the 05 of Rickard. Looks like Rickard might be a little bit faster right now. Has a bit of a run on that outside line. Looking to make a crossover move here. Rickard thought about diamonding. Thinks otherwise. He's going to maintain that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, they are door to door duking it out here for the 7th spot. That's DJ Weeks and Larry Griffin. Larry Griffin heading to the front, taking over the 8th spot. This Wonder Bread 77 machine is a rocket ship tonight. He's gained 22 spots since the start of this race. Bustler trying to hold off the 05. Rickard looking to make a move onto the inside. In the lap 94, Rickard getting impatient. He says it's go time, baby. Trying to take over the race lead. He wants to park in victory lane. We're on board with the current race leader, Will Bustler. Side by side, heading out of turn 4. Into the tri-oval. Rickard has it for now, but Bustler going to take it back at the line. Still your race leader in the 1 machine, Will Bustler. EJ Weeks. Got a car flashing here. That's unfortunate. He might have just disappeared. I do believe that was the 77. Larry Griffin might have just disappeared on us. That's unfortunate. He was your hard charger. And folks, new race leader out front, Scott Rickard, the GOAT. Race leader, lap 96. We're on board the race leader, Scott Rickard. Once again, folks, we appreciate you tuning in, spending your Thursday night right here with the GOAT, Blake Hutchinson, on Hutchinson Motorsports TV. Be sure, click the like button on the video, subscribe to the page, throw a message in the chat, folks. It's all free. It's the least you can do. World's #1 streaming service, right here, Hutchinson Motorsports TV. No Rickard still out front here. Bustler trying to hold the second spot as Kreitz is reeling him in. Off on board with Dylan Hoffman. Looking to make a move on Kreitz. It's going to be a battle for third. Dylan Graham's dropped back to 7th here. Not sure if something's going on with that 23 machine or if he's just saving tires. Ogle is falling all the way back to 15th. He is all in this save strategy. So keep your eyes on that 11 car here in about 10, 15 laps. See if he starts to pick up some speed on everybody. But Scott Rickard out front, maintaining the race lead. Luana Bustler looking to reel him in. Not going to happen yet. Let's see what else is going on through the field. The Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Unfortunately, it's Griffin. He disconnected there, it appeared. Was able to come back here, but he's way off pace. He was running in the top 10. We're going to give that spot to Mr. Doug Pierce. Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. Doug Pierce. He's having some connection issues as well. But I tell you what, that thing's all over the place. Last lap around the speedway, fastest car on the track. Hard to, they're all over the place. It actually looks like Ryan Lynch, 31.39. Lynch running in the 6th spot. He is flying in that number 31 machine. The Mooresville, North Carolina, Ryan Lynch. And we got William Duff here, currently running 9th. Rickard still holding off that 1 machine of Bustler. Folks, we're going to take a short break here before we get down to the nitty-gritty of this thing. But don't you worry, you're not going to miss a lap. We're going to get the Hutchinson Motorsports tunes playing. I'll be back here shortly. Appreciate you tuning in. Thursday Night Racing finish coming up. As we return back from break, new race leader Dylan Hoffman in the 15 machine out front with just about 15 laps left to go. Hoffman feeling good about his chances out front. Folks, if any of these guys save tires, it is go time now. So we're going to find out who saved, who didn't. Looking at lap times around the speedway, Hoffman the 31.80. Not really seeing anybody much faster than that. DJ Weeks ran a 31.68. But he's pretty far back there. So I think you're seeing up front, who's going to finish up front? I don't see anybody charging through the field here in the last 15 laps. So Rickard sitting in the second spot, followed by Kreitz in third. Then Josh Gratton still going with the strong showing here in Chicagoland. That 8 machine's been good all night long. Will Bustler in that 1 machine sitting in the 5th spot. Dylan Grimm's worked himself up to the 6th spot. Keep your eye on the 23. He might be able to get himself up there. Then how about Ryan Lynch in the 31, duking it out up here with the race leaders. That USAA 31 machine is bad fast here tonight. The Asheboro, North Carolina. Dylan Hoffman still out front as he crosses the line into lap 112. 12 laps left to go. Been a pretty clean race. We had a couple early cautions on some incidents, but since then, it has been clean and green. Ogles worked himself back up to 11th place here. Then we got William Duff sitting in the 9th spot. Looking to lock himself into a top 10. I'm sure Duff would be ecstatic to finish in the top 10 here, Chicagoland. Meanwhile, Scott Rickard looking to make a move on the bottom here with just about 10 laps left to go. Bumper to bumper down the backstretch for the race lead. Rickard knows he's long overdue to park that thing in victory lane. But Hoffman wants to lock in his first win of the season as well. As they head into the tri-oval, Rickard going down to the apron, following the 15. I'm sorry, there's 20 laps to go. I can't count. Not 10. Good race up front here for all your leaders. They've been racing hard, but very clean so far. Rickard door to door here down the back or front stretch. Hoffman trying to hold him off. Rickard looks to barely have the spot for now. But heading into turn 1, Rickard sends it in deep. Looks like he's going to be able to cover up here if he wants. Coming out of the corner, not able to do so. Almost stuffs Huffman into the wall. Bumper to bumper here, getting a bit of a push. Down to the inside. Grimm out of nowhere up here battling for the race lead. I think we found out Grimm was definitely saving tires. He has charged all the way back from the 7th spot. Just made a move to try to take the race lead, but currently settling for the 3rd position. Grimm's going to be the car to beat here, folks, it appears. He has saved his tires, and he is flying right now. That 23 machine is on the move. Let's hop on board. The Fort Collins native, Dylan Grimm. Hoffman all the way on the outside. The GOAT, Scott Rickard, trying to hold off the 23. Grimm knows he just needs to stay patient. He's got the better shaped tires right now. All due to him saving early on. Hoffman still leading this thing. Still a ways to go, though. About 16, 17 laps left here. We got a lap car coming up here. This might affect things. We got 3 cars duking it out for the race lead. Lap car only has so much room. Looks like he's going to stay up high. See if he lets our race leaders by this time. That's going to be the Junk 60 machine from Target. The Discount Target Machine lap car coming up here. As the 15 of Hoffman, the 05 of Rickard, and the 23 of Grimm are duking it out for a race win here, the Chicago 200. Hoffman and Grimm down to the apron. Slide job! The 23 going to take the second spot. So there's one car down. Grimm now has his eyes set on the race leader. Lap car going to go to the bottom. Tell you what, the lap car isn't lifting for him, though. He is staying low. With 14 laps left to go, Hoffman still your race leader, but Dylan Grimm has him right in his sights. Who's going to win this one? Let's hop on board Mr. Dylan Grimm as he is door to door with the race leader. Taking it easy on the throttle coming out. Door to door down to the apron at the line. It's still going to be, ooh, it's close. Hoffman barely for now has the race lead. But still side by side heading into turns 1 and 2. Grimm on the inside, Hoffman on the outside. Grimm looking to squeeze him up onto the backstretch. Door to door, Kreitz trying to insert himself into this battle. Sneaking up on the top 3. Well, it's a 4-car race now up front. Oh, they're dooring each other. With 11 laps left to go. These guys dooring each other for the race lead. Here comes Rickard in the 05. One mishap and Rickard will have himself a battle. Hopping on board with 3 wide for the race lead. Heading into 3 and 4. Rickard looking to get around them both. Scott Rickard slide job taking the lead from the 23 of Grimm and the 15 of Hoffman. But it's not over. Rickard throws a block on the outside. Looks to go to the middle. Hoffman trying to take him back 3 wide. Hoffman giving him a push down the front stretch. Heading into turn 1. Grimm on the inside. The 05 of Rickard on the outside. Here comes Hoffman. Looking to make a move, and he stuffs it into the wall. Still keeping it green. No wreck there. That was close. Kreitz going to get around the 15 of Hoffman. These guys are racing hard. Hoffman cannot be happy after that. That was just a hard racing move. Kreitz taking the 3rd spot from Hoffman, so your race leader, Dylan Grimm, out front. 10 laps left to go. Boy, was that a battle. Grimm was being patient. He had the better tires. He was saving early in this run. Just waited for his time to strike. Took over the race lead. Now he's in clean air. Looks to be leaving him a little bit. Boy, that's unfortunate. Hoffman looks to be a little off pace now. Dropping back to the 5th spot. 9 laps left to go. Dylan Grimm out front. Trying to hold off the GOAT, Scott Rickard. Lead getting pretty big there. Grimm definitely pulling away now. He wants this thing to stay green. This is his race to win. At the line, race leads at a half second. The Chicago 200. Been a long green flag run here. No fuel strategy needed here, folks. All about hard-nosed racing and Dylan Grimm out front. Race lead still out about a half a second. If anything, he gained a 10th or so. Hoffman trying to work back up here. Currently in 4th. Now he's going to work on the 9 of Zach Kreitz. Grimm's lead looking to be about 0.6 of a second. Slowly gaining even more on Rickard. Ogle's worked himself up to the 7th spot. Oh, just went to 9th. Let's have a big battle over here. 3 wide battle. They're duking it out here. 7th, 8th, and 9th. 3 wide. Ogle taking the spot. Meanwhile, Bustler, Weeks, and Bowling duking it out. That's going to be a battle for 8th. Bowling going to take the spot for now. The Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last. We're going to give it to Doug Pierce. Trying to get around Aaron Hale. Doug Pierce does not want to take home that Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last award, with just 5 laps left to go. And folks, if you don't know at home, the Hutchinson Motorsports battle for last, it is very fluid. I make the rules up as I go. Don't count lap cars, guys that are wrecked or damaged or disconnected or flashing. It's all about who's racing hard and who's slow in the back and running last. That's what it's all about, folks. Meanwhile, Dylan Grimm out front, 0.8 of a second lead with just 4 laps left to go. This race is all but over, with Dylan Grimm running away with it. Meanwhile, Hoffman able to get up to the 3rd spot, finally gets around Kreitz. He's going to go to work, try to get the 2nd. Let's hop on board, see if Hoffman can reel in that 05 of Rickard. Hoffman probably not happy with that 05 of Rickard. They kind of got tangled up earlier. So let's see if there's a little bit of heat there once he gets to him. Just a few laps left to go. Race lead up to over a second. Two laps left to go this time by. Hoffman looking to the inside of Rickard. Looks like he's going to take the 2nd spot. Door to door, not giving each other much room. These guys are not happy with one another. Hoffman rubbing against them. Rubbin's racing, baby. Door to door. Hoffman not going to go low. He says, nerd, you're going up high. Coming to the white flag this time around. These guys duking it out. Hoffman going to take the spot for now. But here comes the 05. Rickard going to regain it back. White flag in the air. Dylan Grimm out front by almost 2 seconds as these 4 duke it out for 2nd. Folks, you might see a wreck here soon. These guys are not happy with one another. Door to door down the back stretch. Hoffman on the inside. Door in the 05 of Rickard. Heading into 3 and 4 for the final time. Is he going to throw a slide job? Hoffman going to take the 2nd spot. Checkered flag in the air. Dylan Grimm wins it at Chicagoland. 2nd goes to Hoffman. 3rd, Rickard. 4th going to be Kreitz. And 5th, Grattan. What a finish. These two were putting on a display. Rubbing doors every single corner. See if there's any after race. Oh, yeah, they're not happy. They are not happy with one another. But meanwhile, Dylan Grimm wins another one. Let's see if we can get him up here in the booth this week. I know last week he said he tried. Came a little late. We'll make sure we get him in here this time. We're going to watch this burn out. We'll give him a minute. Dylan Grimm, though, winning another one. Looks like he saved his tires at the start of that last green flag run. So the 23 of Grimm wins it. Then Hoffman, Rickard, Kreitz, Grattan, Ogle, Bowling, Lynch, Weeks, and Lynch, your top 10 here tonight. We'll give him another minute here or so. Here he is. Hang on. Pull him in here. One moment here, folks. Having some issues. Dylan Blake in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, a big win. It looks like you were able to save some tires there at the start of that last green run, and it worked out for you.
Yeah, it certainly did. I saw they were all up there in the group and really pushing hard, and I figured I didn't really have anything to gain in those early laps of that run to do the same with them. So I got a little scared. At one point I was like more than 2 seconds back, but fortunately it all worked out.
Yeah, definitely. And it looked like once you got to him, you were being a little patient, and you finally got around him and then able to pull away from the field.
Yeah, a lot of them were running the high line too, which is definitely good for defense. So it was a little bit tricky getting around them, but we got there eventually and put a gap on them. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's already your what is that your second win this season so far?
Yes, sir.
Yep, 2 wins down last year. How many did you have?
6 or 7.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But hey, hopefully this year you got better luck here at the during the playoffs, because at the end of last season it looked like you ran into some unfortunate
For
luck.
sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try my best this regular season. Try to get first in the regular season points, because then I get bonus points. I fell just short of that last season. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, hey, great job out there bringing home another win. Before you head out, you got any shout-outs?
I got to shout out Nate and everyone who puts on this league. I have a blast running these races every week. I got to shout out all my teammates, Jason Gratton, Josh Gratton, Zach Kreitz. They're all great dudes and help me a lot. I got to thank my papa for spotting for me. You, Blake, for doing the broadcast. You do a great job. And any others rooting on for me out there tonight.
Yeah, well, hey, it's definitely a blast watching you every week, and hopefully next week you have as good luck as you did this week. Congratulations on the win.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Dylan Grimm winning it here at Chicagoland. Win number 2 on the season. You heard it from him. Looking to run better in the regular season to try to get some bonus points. But, folks, we appreciate you tuning in, spending your Thursday night right here. Hutchinson Motorsports TV World's #1 streaming service. Chicago 200 is in the books. Be back here next week, same time, same place. Stars and Stripes.